Alrighty, hello and welcome to Mack the Muck. Well, first of all, he is, as pigs go, as wild pigs go, he's pretty cute, right? But let's be honest, he is awful mucky. You can see all the dirt there, all the muck sticking to his fur. Anyway, Mack the Muck, hey, he's a wild pig. He spends his entire day wallowing around through the muddy waters. He sticks his nose through the water, deep into the mucky mud, in search of yummy roots to eat. That's right, you can see all the mucky mud sticking to his snout there. That is correct. Now, yesterday, Mack the Muck ate 3/5 of a pound of roots. Today, he has eaten 3/4 of a pound of roots. Your question is, how many pounds of roots has Mack the Muck eaten in the last 2 days? Alrighty, so just to clarify, on the first day, Mack the Muck had 3/5 of a pound, right? And on the second day, he had 3/4 of a pound. So, what you must do first, you want to give yourself a little bit of room here. And you're going to make 2 fraction boxes. So our first fraction box is bam, right there. Let's make another one. And dun, 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 bam, right there. There we have it. All right, so this first one I'm going to break into 5 parts, which means 4 lines. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 lines should give me 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I get 3 out of those 5 parts, so I'm going to go ahead and make my little box here and color in 3 out of the 5 and try and center that. Super. So now I've got 1, 2, 3 out of 4, 5. Super. Now this one is broken into 4 parts, which means I'm going to draw 3 lines, and I'll go 1, 2, and 3 lines should give me 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I get 3 out of the 4, so this one I'm going to just do dun, 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 like that right there. Super and duper. Now you can see I can't really add these 2 together because they're different size boxes, right? So the first thing I got to do is find my least common multiple, my LCM. And I'm going to take my 5 and my 4. So I'm going to go 5 right there and 4 right there. And oh my goodness, that's an ugly 5, right? I'm going to see if I can fix that 5. And there, it's a little better. Okay, so now I'm going to just count by 4s first. And let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20, right? And now I'll count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, and 20. And bam, right there, you can see that I have common multiples, right? So that means that I need to cut these boxes into according parts, right? So this box here, I got to cut into 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, which means 3 lines. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3 lines. I should have 20 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Thank you very much. Okay, this line, this box here, this fraction box, I need to cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts, which means 4 lines. So I'm going to actually make this a little bigger so it's easier for me. And 4 lines. Here we go. I got 1, 2, 3, and 4 lines. Should give me 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have a total of 20. So let's go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 parts in all. And that's exactly what I wanted. Now both of these have 20 parts in them, right? So all I have to do is count up all my parts. And let's go ahead. I'm going to enlarge it again so I can do that. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oops, that's an ugly 16, but trust me, let me fix it. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. 27 out of 20, right? So I got 27 20ths. Now, that is fantastic. So that's how many pounds he had, right? Now, whoa, come back here, you crazy thing. Now, 27 20ths is an improper or a top-heavy fraction, which means I could move some of these and fill in a whole one. But before I do that, let's go ahead and look at the algorithm. So I'm going to do the algorithm right next door here. And to do the algorithm, first thing I want to do is draw a little line so we don't get mixed up. And I'm going to take 3/5 and I'm going to add 3/4, right? And the rule with adding or subtracting fractions, in this case we're adding, is you've got to have common denominators. And right now I don't. I got 5 and 4, and they're certainly not in common. So I find my LCM, my least common multiple. And for the fifths here, I'm going to multiply this by the giant one of 1, 2, 3, 4 over 4. So here we go. Multiply my beautiful giant 1, yada-da. And I'm going to put 4 over 4. And the reason I do that, once again, is because anytime you multiply a number by 1, you get the same amount, right? The same number, but it's going to be a different fraction, which is why these are smaller pieces, right, than they were earlier. All right, so that's going to give me a new fraction, and I'm going to just do that right away. 3 times 4, right here, 3 times 4 is going to give me 12 there. So I'm going to write 12 right there. And then 5 times 4 is going to give me 20, and bam. All right, now I'm ready to move on to this one down here, right? So for this fraction, I need to multiply it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the giant 1 of 5 over 5. Let me do that right now. And I got 5 over 5. And now, 3 times 5 is going to give me 15. So I'm going to write 15, right? And then right here, 4 times 5 gives me 20. So I'm going to write my 20 right there. And here's the cool thing. I got 15 20ths. If you look at this, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 right here. Even though that says 20, 27, that's in all, right? So I got 15 out of 20, right? So that's what that is. All right, now, look at our rules for adding or subtracting fractions. I got common denominators, so now I can add, right? So I'm only going to add the numerators because the denominator just tells us how many parts we've cut each of these into. The numerator tells us how many parts we actually get, the blue parts, right? So 2 plus 5 is going to give me 7, right? And 1 plus 1 will give me 2. And then I just dropped my denominator because that just tells us how many parts to cut into. And look at this, bam, it agrees with my mathematical model right there. And that is always beautiful, my friends. Okay, so now we did talk about the fact that this is top heavy, right? So I'm going to move some of these guys over here, right up here, and make one whole out of it. So let's do that right now. And I'm going to enlarge this so I got a little bit more room to work. And first thing I'm going to do is take this one away, and I'm going to move it right there, okay? Then I'm going to take this one away, and I'm going to move it right there. Then I'm going to take this one away, and I'm going to move it right there. And then on and on I go. I move that one right there, and then I take this last one here, and I'm going to move it right there. And what this has done for me, which is really, really cool, is now I have one whole here. You see that? That's one whole, in this case we're talking about pounds of roots, right, that Mack the Muck has eaten. So I got one whole, and then I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the original 20, right? Or not the original, but after we cut it into the 20 parts, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, right? So I get 7 out of the 20. So I got 1. I actually have 1 and 7 twentieths, right? So right here, 1 and 7 twentieths pounds of roots. Now, let's go ahead back over to the algorithm, because I love to go back and forth, my friend, and let's look at how this looks. Now, I always tell my students, you can think of fractions in 3 ways. 27 twentieths, 27 out of 20, which told us how many of the blue we got, or 27 divided by 20. And that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to take right here 27 divided by 20. So 27 divided by 20. And 20 will go in there 1 time, which gives me 20, right? I subtract that and I get 7. Now, here's what I do. I take my remainder, right here, the 7, and I'm going to put it over my divisor of 20. And I have 1 and 7 twentieths. And lo and behold, let's see, that agrees with what I did here in my mathematical model. And I love it. I hope you do too. All right, so here's the deal. If you made a mistake anywhere along the way, all you got to do is pause the video, fix your mistake. That, my friends, is the fastest way to learn. And guess what? Do that, unless, of course, you got it correct. And then I will see you in the next video. I hope you have a fantastic day. Sayonara for now, my friend.